Hi, we're here at the Prince Music Theater for the Philadelphia Film Festival screening of Let the Fire Burn and the panel after the show. Let's go inside and see what they have to say.
May 13th, 1985, years of conflict between the city of Philadelphia and a small urban group known as MOVE ended in a violent day-long encounter. It was one of the most devastating days in the modern history of this city.
The big story tonight is the effort to evict MOVE. The effort has turned into a disaster. Can you describe the philosophy of MOVE?
We were being taught about the corruption in this system.
The system, the establishment, you.
Did you consider the MOVE organization to be a terrorist group?
People who threaten to shoot and kill neighbors, police. I think that's a pretty adequate description of the word terrorist.
Where is it written that we could not have a religion of our own?
The system had one intention, to either kill MOVE people or to put us in prison as long as possible. It's just that simple.
MOVE people will never stop grieving for our family. But we want our family members back that can be given back to us.
And then to be in prison currently.
The MOVE 9.
The survivor, well, the May 77th conflict, the confrontation, that's the source of the 1985 confrontation, the fact that they're still in prison and they're still in prison today.
Right, because the government tried to make people believe that what happened in May of 1985 happened because of some complaints from our neighbors. Now, the issue is not whether or not our neighbors had complaints about us or not. I'm sure some did. There is not one neighborhood in this country where one neighbor doesn't have complaints about another neighbor. The issue is, since when have this government cared about black folks complaining about their neighbor, to the point that the federal, state, and local government comes together in a plan of attack as seen in May of 1985.
Ramona,
now, they're the ones that should show remorse.
There's a lot of blame to go around on both sides. There's parts in there when I watched, I just shook my head because there's parts where the police department doesn't look like they did a very good job. And we did. Personally, I got upset when I saw Michael. And I got upset when I saw the neighbors. I'm sorry, they lost everything. I have to live with it. I'm not looking for any sympathy, but I feel bad for the neighbors. I was on an insertion team. I was a few bricks away from the kids. And we did not know, the officers did not know that there was kids in there. We were told that they didn't be there.
That's a lie. That's a lie, and I can't sit here and let you say that.
Well, let me say this.
Y'all knew there were children
in
that house. In fact, on Mother's Day, May 12th, when the cops came out there and started setting up, some of our children had gone shopping with one of our supporters.
When you say you all, who do you mean? Do you mean me personally?
I mean, when you came out
No, do
there.
you mean me?
Yeah, you.
We were told that the kids were not in the house. That was my belief.
Then somebody lied.
Well, that may be, as far as I'm concerned. I'm saying
And I'm telling you, I don't believe that. Because if everything was centered around protecting the children in 1978, why did cops testify during that trial that the basement was dark and full of tear gas, but they emptied their guns, reloaded, and emptied them again in corners where they heard babies crying? Is that protecting the children?
I believe that no children were killed in that.
No, but I'm asking you, is that protecting the
There
children?
were policemen in that cellar. I think Tommy Miller was one of them with the water up to his chest, and he was trying to save the children.
Is that protecting the children? He
I
wasn't
think he was.
shooting
That's the way
at
I
them
would see it.
from
I can
inside
understand.
the house.
If I was
They
inside
were
that house.
shooting from outside the house into the house, into corners where they heard babies crying.
The only one to go to jail from the whole experience was Ramona Afrika. And that says something about this event and the criminal justice system. I'm not sure what it says, other than they wanted to put her away. And she refused to the conditions of release, right? She had to serve out her entire term, over 7 years. Because she would not break ties with the moved family. She said, if you ask me to leave my brothers and sisters, I'm not going to do it. The people in jail currently, and how many are still alive? One?
8 now.
8?
8. One of my sisters died in prison, Ramona Afrika.
They're in jail since 1977 for the death of one police officer. Now, did they all shoot that police officer? No, of course not. But they're in jail
The
for
judge
that.
said he didn't have the faintest idea who killed that cop. That's what the trial judge said.
Yeah, but they never had a ballistics. The bullet went through his neck, I think, and they never were they able to locate that bullet, Jim? Do you know?
They located it, but then when MOVE asked for it for testing, it disappeared. They couldn't find it. What happened in May of '85 goes much deeper than what you see on the film.